So Neville's philosophy can be summarized in just one line. Consciousness is the only reality. So what does he mean by that? There's two different worlds we operate from. There's an internal world, your internal dialogue, the 4D, and even there's a 5D, or the external world. What most people do is that when they want to change their life, they actually try to impact the external or outer world. So this guy is trying to impact everything he can in his life. He wants to chase the love of his life. He wants to call her more. Everything external. He wants to work harder, to get more money, to do more things, to do everything he can, just to impact the outer world. But what Neville said is that if you want the outer world, external world, to actually change, you need to change your inner world. So this guy here, what does he do? Instead of trying to impact like the outside, everything that's around him, he only impacts his thoughts and his subconscious. So everything negative that ever happened in your life is all because of you. It's all because of your negative thoughts. Everything you thought of that is negative actually impacted your outer world, and because of that, things you never wanted actually manifested into your reality. So the life you have right now, if you are dissatisfied with it, you have to understand that you are the one who created this kind of life. Now, that sounds scary, right? That sounds terrible. Like, why would I do this to myself? It's very simple. It's because you didn't know you had this power. But now that you know that you're the one in control, that means you can finally create the reality that you truly want, that you truly deserve. So how do we start doing this? So how do we start impacting our inner world so that our outer world can reflect our desired reality? So how do we do this? What is it all about? So what is everything in the inner world? We have to first understand that. It's pretty simple. We got your beliefs and your identity and your thoughts and your subconscious, but it's mostly beliefs and your identity. If you change your beliefs, if you change your identity, then you're gonna change your reality or your outer world. Here's the massive truth that nobody wants to tell you. Whatever you believe is true in your reality, in your outer world. So let's say, if you believe there's no good man for you, like men are evil, men are disgusting, then you're not going to find a good man for you. If you want to make, like say $10,000 per month or like $20,000 per month, but at the same time your belief is that people who have money are evil, like rich people are evil, then you're not gonna have money because money is evil. And if you are a good person, then you cannot have money because you're not evil, right? It's all about your self-image. You don't want to be labeled as evil, right? Well, then don't think that money is evil. Money is neutral. Money is energy. Money is an amplifier. Whatever you are, money will amplify you. So if you are evil or a bad person, you're just gonna be a worse person. If you're a good person who helps people, who gives to others, who likes to travel, create stuff, then you're just going to do more of that. Money isn't evil. There's nothing holding you back from having money. Second thing is, money is infinite. There's an infinite amount of money. They're printing infinite amounts of money. So money doesn't even exist. So that's why it's called energy. It's the transfer of energy. So it's infinite energy. So if there is always enough money for everybody. There's always enough money for you. But you need to accept the money for yourself. Because what happens to most people is that when they think in their beliefs, in their identity, I'm poor, money is hard to get. What happens then it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. This guy thinks that getting money is hard. He thinks that SO is it's hard to find the right person. There's no person for me. Where am I gonna find them? They don't exist. When you have those kind of thoughts, your reality reflects them. And you never find the right person. You find an inkling of them, and then when you truly get to know them, they're not the right person. It's just your thoughts, your old behaviors, your old identity repeating itself. and showing up more and more and more. This is why you need to change your self-image, your self-concept about yourself. Who you are, what do you do, how do you live? That's the key to manifesting everything. Once you change your identity, who you are, and you change your beliefs, what you truly believe is true, then your reality shifts. Now, if you add emotions to your thoughts, that's even better, because what happens to people when they're depressed, they have like depressed thoughts, and then it's a cycle of depression, and you get worse and worse and worse. Well, the people who are happy and healthy, they're gonna keep being happy and healthy because they have happy and healthy thoughts. It's very simple, actually. It's the simplest things. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your identity create your reality. So the only thing you need to do is not, you don't need to do like 100 push-ups. You don't need to go out and like talk to 50 men in one night or something like that. You don't have to do that. The only thing you need to do is change your thoughts, your beliefs, and your identity. Once that happens, reality itself will shift to your desired reality. Right now, you're not in your desired reality because you're on autopilot. Nobody ever taught you how to do this. You never actually did the steps, and you have to do the steps. If you don't do these steps, it's not gonna work. That's the whole point. You need to change your ideas, you need to change your mind, change stuff about it. And that's the easiest thing ever. You don't have to go to a different country to change. You need to dye your hair to change. You don't need a journal and just write like 50,000 times a day to change. You can do that. All of that could work, but you don't need to. Again, it's all about your beliefs. If you think that you need to actually, if you want to manifest something, that you need to like write it 50 times, then yeah, if that is your belief, if that is true for you, then you need to do it. But if you think you just need to write it once and then forget about it, that's gonna work too. Anything you believe will work for you. That's the law of assumption. You assume it's true, and that breaks everything. Because once you assume something is true, it's already yours. You already know it, you already have it. That's how you manifest everything. If you want something, the universe will reflect your wanting. So let's say I want to find a significant other. When the universe hears that, it says, okay, I'm in the wanting. I'm gonna give more wanting to that person, to myself. So you're just gonna want more of that. Wanting that person, wanting that person, wanting that person, and never finding them. You need to enter a state of having that person, of having that money, having that amount of money, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, whatever amount of money you can believe that you can have, you will have it. But that's the key. You have to believe that you have it, because if you don't believe, you're not gonna get it. A very important thing, consciousness creates everything, right? But we got the consciousness, we got the subconscious. The problem is your consciousness is only 5% of you. The you who's awake right now, the you who's thinking right now, there's only 5% of you. There's 95% of the subconscious, your programming, working in the background, manifesting for you. Because imagine this, imagine you have to manifest everything all over again every single time you wake up. Imagine you have to think about, like, if you want to see food and people around you, you have to think about them and they pop up. If you want to see your bed and stuff like that, if you want to see anything, if you had to consciously think about that for it to appear, then life will be just so weird. You have to have like millions of thoughts per second for it to work. But because you have a subconscious that's actually offloading all the effort for you, it's like working in the background, you don't have to do that. You literally don't have to do it because it's already working for you. It's already done for you. But the problem is most people, their subconscious has very bad programming. It's like a virus. They have a massive virus that got imprinted inside of them when they were very young. So trauma, it's mostly trauma actually. Trauma can change a person like drastically, and literally that second it happens. That's why the key to somehow destroying or changing your subconscious is reprogramming it. The problem is, I don't want to traumatize you, and you don't want to traumatize yourself for it to happen. This happens to people who have like life-changing events, but we don't want that to happen to us. You just want to do it, right? You don't want to, I don't know, go to a different country and then survive like 5 days in the desert. You don't want to do that, right? You want to do it right now. And you can do it right now. Actually, you can do it tonight. Like in the thumbnail of the video, you can do it tonight because Neville actually showed us the best technique, how to imprint your subconscious with new information and actually take out the old information. And once you do this, your reality will shift extremely fast, like extremely quickly, because your subconscious won't be the same anymore. So what is this method? The method is called SATS, or state akin to sleep. So tonight, if it's tonight already, that's awesome. But tonight, what you're going to do, you're gonna lay down in your bed and you're gonna try and sleep. But your thoughts are going to be about your desired reality, a moment in your desired reality. So let's say you want to manifest a house. This is my beautiful drawing. As you can see, this is a mansion. This is not a tiny home. This is a mansion, like 500 square feet. I don't know. That's not even enough, but yeah. So imagine like your mansion and you being happy. You having the keys to your mansion. You having that, opening that door, going through the house. You can use slides. You can only use like one picture of all of it. But if you can make it a movie, that would be even better. The whole point is that you imagining this in your subconscious, in your mind, when you drift away to sleep, the last thing you're thinking about is slowly accessing the subconscious. So you're filling your mind with the image of you having a house. Now, it doesn't have to be a house, of course. It can be money, it can be your SO, whatever you want, a new job, anything you desire can be imprinted upon in your subconscious. That's the whole point. So once you drift into the sleep, you think about, you imagine, and this is a very important thing. You need to feel the feelings you would have if you had this. So you're imagining that you have this house. What kind of emotions would you have when you know you have this house? Would you be happy, sad, depressed? Of course you wouldn't be depressed. You would be the happiest ever. Imagine you having like a massive house, your own butler, cars, a giant pool, everything, like anything and everything you want. How would you feel? You would feel relaxed. You would be free. You would be happy, excited, fulfilled at the same time. Those are the feelings you need to imprint into these memories, like your subconscious. Because once you add your feelings to this imagery, you just manifest faster. The frequency of your feelings is making it imprint faster in your subconscious. That's how you win the game. Because some people can do this for a very long time and it's not gonna happen because of the lack of emotion, because they don't really want what they think they want. They want something else. So you cannot trick yourself. That's the whole point. You cannot lie to yourself. The thing that you want, you truly need to know that you already have it. And that's how you get to have it. That's why it's so cool. That's why it's the coolest method ever. Because normally, people think you need to work harder, you need to do more, you need to learn all the skills in the world to do this. No, you don't. It's actually very terrifying when you understand that even if you do need the skills, what happens to you is that when you imprint yourself that you already know the skills that you need to do something, then you just literally download the skills inside of yourself. And you're already good at it. You're good enough. Maybe you can even be the best. That's how winners win. Every like boxing match champion, like most of them, tell the same story. They visualize themselves already beating their opponent, and then they win. They just do it because they know it's already done. The knowing, the having, the identity, the beliefs, all of them combined create the reality, create the outcome, create what you want to happen. The universe aligns to it. It's not that you have to physically grab something and just have it. It's just that you already have it, so the universe gives it to you because it knows you have it. It's It's an easy game. This is why people don't manifest. They think like manifestation is hard. Getting your dream life is hard. It's the easiest thing ever. It can happen so fast. Like 3 days for me, something changed in literally 3 days. Something massively changed for me in just one single month. But you need to understand something. Consistency, again, is key. So if you only do this one time, it could work, but again, it depends on your beliefs. But for most people, you need repetition. So for Neville, people said like from 7 to 21 days, more or less. Again, it all depends on you. There's no time. Time isn't the essence here. It's how fast can you tell yourself that this image you want to build is true. Once you understand it is true, once you believe it's true, it will be true. And I highly recommend, if you want like to buy the house, to get the money, you need to literally go watch houses. Go where money flows. And then opportunities rise. Your identity changes. And when your identity changes, you see the opportunities you're not seeing right now. We're all blind to opportunities because our brain isn't wired to see them. But through doing this and changing your thoughts, your identity, you see the opportunities. I'm gonna show you a picture here. So look at this picture. This is the final thing I wanna show you. So look at this picture. And remember everything that's in the color yellow. Okay, picture's gone. My question for you is, what are the blue things in the picture? What blue thing do you remember? You don't. That's the thing. Because you don't notice it. When you only focus on one thing that you're not good at or that isn't for you, you're not gonna see all the other things that are for you, that can help you, that can make things faster. You're not noticing them because you don't have the identity and the beliefs to notice it. There's opportunities everywhere all the time. If you tell yourself, oh, I could have invested into this when I was like 10 years ago, or I could have bought this 10 years ago, I could have been with this person when I had the chance 5 years ago and I will be happy. No, the answer is no. There is no past. There is no past you need to count on. There is no future even. There's no future you need to look forward to. There's only the now moment. And only in the now moment can you consciously create stuff. That's why it's so easy. It's so easy, come on. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like this video. Comment down below if you used Neville Goddard's methods before and what did you manifest in your life. If you need my help, contact me, let me know in the comments. I'm going to start doing coaching and stuff, so be ready for that. If anybody needs help, let me know. And I'm gonna see you in the next video.